Whoa. Hey, man, y'all know what it is today, man. Yeah. Today is a big day with us, man. We got the homegirl, man, and her husband on here today. Yeah, and that's what it's gonna be. Keita G.
But now she's Keita Isaac. Isaac. And her husband, Casper Isaac.
Power, man. You know, this is a long time. This family, man.
Salute, King. Salute, Queen.
Yeah, and I want to give a shout out to your family, your whole family. You know what I'm saying, man? We love y'all, man. And y'all been here with us from the dirt, man. You like one of the motivations for this, for real. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like for 5 years, this woman sent me motivational speeches. Like she never stopped. If I didn't say nothing or nothing, she gonna send it. She gonna send it. And it picked me up, you know what I'm saying? And then one day I started looking at her. I started paying attention. I was like, man, she know what she doing. Like she really doing this, you know what I'm saying? And I started manipulating what she was sending. And I see that it started working. Man, you better my life. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna even lie, man. You better my life for real. In business, in everything, the whole aspect, man. I admire you, man. Like for real. And I salute you and thank you. You know what I'm saying?
She'd have been watching from the very first episode. She's been watching. She been encouraging. She been pushing us. And she's a South Sider.
Whoa.
Some great people up out of this side. Y'all better recognize. And we're here to give her props and our flowers while she's here. We love you, Keita G. And we so proud of you. Like for real. I don't know who ain't told you this, but we proud of you. Like for real.
Man, we happy you're here now. Like for real, this interview we've been working for a long time.
Long time,
man. We had to come. I was like, man, come to the show, man. But we missed each other, but we got each other now, man. Like we happy for this for real. Like we salute y'all for pulling up. Yeah. Woo.
I'm excited though. I'm excited. You guys, y'all are doing something that is worth watching because I understand, because I am a product of my environment. So this is the optimistic side of that verbiage, that term, you're a product of your environment. So when I see y'all, I just understand what y'all doing together. I see the vision. So I gotta watch it because I'm like, dang, if I was there, I know I'd be right there with them. I would be trying to help be one of those positive persons to push. Well, I know what y'all, the message, I know what y'all trying to do. So it's exciting. I'm glad to hear somebody proud of me. I don't get it a lot. But speaking of those videos, I used to do that to him back when we were friends. I used to send it out to all my people, my people, my homies, friends, people. I just send them out because that started to kind of help elevate my mindset, listening to them, starting your day off, feeding yourself something positive when you wake up. Because if you don't, then the world, it just hits you with everything, starts to hit you. So if you start your day listening to something, you condition your mind to, because the seeds that you plant when you wake up in the morning is how your day gonna end. If you wake up, is that other, answer the phone. So if you control your day, starting with something positive and stuff like that. So that kind of helped me even on this journey, this entrepreneurial journey, this entrepreneurship. It takes a lot of, you got to change your mindset because, you know, I'll be listening to y'all. I know y'all some fireballs and hot heads. So I know I used to be there too. So as soon as somebody tick you off, you ready to, but you can't, you know, in business, you can't fire off. You can't pop off. You can't, you know, you have to grow and transition from that mindset. So you can be who you are. I'm still who I am. I'm still Keita G. I represent he know. My husband, I'll be laughing at y'all, boy. He be like, what you laughing at? You hear me? Because it's just, you can be yourself and still do what you need to do and still be a positive light and, you know, in an example. But I mean, I'll go ahead and give y'all a little bit of my story. How when I left Little Rock in December the 28th, 2011, I ain't have nothing but my car back then. I had that Chrysler 300. I know y'all probably remember that. So I had a woo. Hey, but I ended up. What happened? Yeah, it was remarkable. Yeah. So even back then, I just knew I wanted more, man. I was working them 2 jobs, working at the hospital, working at St. Vincent. I ended up transitioning from that housekeeping to that food service, and I ended up being a monitor technician and trading my time for hours. And it wasn't never enough. I just was over broke. It wasn't never enough. So I just wanted something different. And I ended up making my mind up to go ahead and leave December 20th, 2011. And then I just been out here by myself. I had my car and my clothes. So in that, when I transitioned from Little Rock to here, I ended up finding an opportunity, which I know you're familiar with, that door-to-door sales, Turtle. The door-to-door sales is what really helped me get on this journey, because they showed me, well, you could go and knock doors, talk to people, and make this amount of money. So I'm like, well, dang, if I can make $200, I talk to 10 people, that's $2,000. I can do that in a week. That's 2 sales a day. So I started to like, okay, what do I need to do to make more? Like, how do I get from knocking doors? Then I started going from being an agent. Then I was looking for mentorship, listening to people. Well, how do I run an office? How do I get in the van? Like, how do I transition? So I started asking all these questions because I saw the money and opportunity, but I was like, dang, I could just go outside for like 3-4 hours and make $1,000 a week, $1,000 a day. It was people making big money. I still wanted more. So how YBE got started, we direct market for the largest retailers in Texas, pretty much. Large energy companies like Direct Energy, TXU Energy, Reliant Energy. I think, Turtle, you had cross paths with Reliant. So those are yeah. So that's how we become. Yeah, but it was an opportunity to make a lot of money at one time versus getting paid by the hour. So that was like, if I could just write. So now I'm starting to think about how many people I need to talk to versus how many hours I need to work. So once I figured out and started doing that, and I started getting around the right people, then the right people start to educate me outside of the self-education, which is how I met my husband back 5 years ago. We had been friends back 5 years before he even came to. We met in the industry, the door-to-door industry. So we were making this money, but guess what? We weren't doing nothing with the money. So now, fast forward, YBE, we're still we're energy brokers. I own that. It's CEO. I'm the CEO and a founder of YBE Marketing. That's Young Black Entrepreneurs. I support Black businesses, which is why I be on y'all every week watching, because I understand the direction what you're doing.
You gotta tell them what YBE is. They don't know what YBE is.
YBE is a marketing company. It originally was supposed to be, I was gonna start a clothing line. Y'all all know I'm big on fashion. I love them clothes. So I was gonna create something and have a women clothing line. And that's just not the direction God wanted me to go. I ended up getting the right connection with the right people who sought me down and said, hey, you do this. I got the ability to build teams, sales teams, this and that. I can get people to follow me. We're going to give you a contract. We're going to pay you this amount. We're going to show you how to do payroll. We're going to show you how to pay people. And then they put that brought me to another level to where, I got payroll. They showed me how to order the checks, get the business account. Somebody sat me down and showed me all that. So YBE, we are independently owned. We're just energy brokers. We help families with their electricity accounts and businesses. So if somebody's overpaying on their electricity account per kilowatt, we go and explain, break down the bill, let them know, hey, you can do this, that, and the other. We can make a phone call, get you set up. So it's pretty simple. It's just sharing some information with the people who want to save some money. So fast forward, we get into finances, and I'm gonna let my husband take over that part because I know he want to share some stuff. But we get into with that opportunity, I made a lot of money. I'm talking about $4,000 or $5,000 a week, sometimes $7,000 a week. But I never knew the rules to money, how to win. I was just spend a check, get it right back, hustling just to get some money and not knowing what to do and how money worked. And it keep me repeating the same circles and cycles of you're just not getting where you want to get to because you don't know what to do with the money. Fast forward, COVID hit, opportunity came for us to become financial advisors. We went, followed what the lady told us, got licensed. And the financial education part is what's transitioned us from being self-employed to business owners and investors, where we make our money work for us, money working for us in our sleep. So now we got that going on with the financial services, which in the next 3 to 5 years, we'll open up our first Black-owned independent insurance agency through partnering with the company called Primerica. So I will let Mr. Isaac take over and share that part of what we're doing next. If y'all got no questions, whoop whoop.
Mr. Isaac, what's up, Casper?
Oh man.
Where you from, man?
Oh, look, girl. How about teammate? Oh man. First and foremost, I just appreciate y'all just allowing us to, get on y'all platform and speak to y'all followers and people that tune into y'all, and just, share some information with y'all that's been really changing not only for us, but for us as a culture and what we need. Because the truth of the matter is a lot of the information is out there now, but a lot of us don't know how to break down the limited beliefs that's been put in us by our culture to accept what's simple. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people its truth is there, but it's hard for people to accept it because it's not what's familiar with what they're familiar with. And people are afraid of getting outside of their comfort zone in order to level up. Right. You know what I mean? And so that's what it's about. I want to share something with y'all. Do y'all have any questions before we get started?
Where you from?
All right, so let me tell you a little bit about myself. So I'm originally from Louisiana, Alexandria, Louisiana. I've been here in Houston for about 14 years. And I started the normal way of everybody, what I've told to do. I was told to go to school, I was told to, get a degree, go to college and figure out that. I was never in the streets, but I've always understood how everything worked. I'm a very technical kind of person when it comes to mindset and stuff like that. And so pretty much what happened is I had plenty of jobs, but just like my wife and Queen said, it was never enough. I found myself, figuring out why is my check this small, but I'm working this hard. You know what I mean? Like I'm working at Foot Locker, I'm slinging shoes and everything, but my check coming out to $100, but I'm working 40 hours. You see what I'm saying? And so what I learned early on at a very early age was that I didn't want to work for someone else. I wanted to work for myself. And so entrepreneurship found me because my mom, she's always been an entrepreneur. She's always been self-employed, but us as a culture, we're not taught that, hey, if you don't want to work for someone else, you go work for yourself. Yeah. But we automatically register that working for yourself is being a business owner when that is not the truth. Yeah. You see what I mean? Most people think that if you work for yourself, you are a business owner, and to a sense you are, but if you don't have systems, and that's what I'm going to share with y'all, if you don't have systems in place, which free up time, because the system is working, not you are working, the system is working, so you now have time to go back and do the things that's creative. And so the brilliant thing that I admire about you guys is y'all actually putting a system in place for people to plug into. You know what I'm saying? The method behind it, that y'all are creating these video and these content with all of these entrepreneurs of like-minded like yourselves that want, and y'all have a goal, and the purpose of it is to empower my environment, right? So we all have a central goal of coming together as one and elevating the room, right? And elevating the people around us. So that's what we want to do. Our goal is the same as y'all goal. It's one and the same. It's to elevate our environment. That's what it's about.
I like that.
You see what I'm saying? Y'all goal is to elevate y'all environment. Our goal is to elevate the same environment. Right. It's just in finances. The only way to elevate your environment is by knowledge and finances, because we live in a capitalistic society. So if people don't have finances, you cannot be free. Right. If you don't have a plan, then you cannot. We all know how to make the money. You can make money different ways. You know.
Yeah, we know.
You know what I'm saying? We know. Yeah. It's different ways. It's 100,000 different ways you can make the bread. But guess what? If you don't have a way of structuring it and managing it accordingly, then it will never grow. It will keep you in the same cycle, and you keep having to run in circles to go get it.
The rat race.
And so, exactly. And so what it is that her and I both figured out. Oh, you had a question?
So how powerful you think that'll be if we manipulate this to our ward, like Ward 1? If we bring something like your system to Ward 1, do you think how good you think that'll be for?
You said Ward 1?
I'm saying for my community.
For Ward 1.
For my community. You know what I'm saying? And we put this type of system in our community, financial literacy, we put it in. program into our community, do you think it's effective and it's good for a community and it can help a community?
I think that the mission has to be simple. I think that if the mission is simple enough, it's easier for a person to digest it.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that the reason why people don't get into and understanding how money works is, one, we're not taught it.
Mm-hmm.
And two, they're afraid of it because most people don't want to talk about it. Like if I ask you, hey, how much money are you making? If you don't feel comfortable about that, you ain't gonna tell them. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But how if you want to make $1 million, if you want to make $100,000, you should go to somebody that's making it and ask them.
Yeah. What to do?
So to answer your question, I think it's very important. It's just that we have to change our beliefs around money.
Yeah.
We have to change our belief that the harder you work does not necessarily mean you'll make more money, because there's plenty of 60, 70-year-old people right now that's working hard, but they still not making a lot of money.
Paycheck to paycheck.
So I want to share this with y'all. I want to share this presentation I kind of put together with y'all. Can y'all see this?
Yeah, we can see it. Yeah.
Y'all can see this, right? All right, I'm going to start it from here. All right, so y'all can see this, right? Okay, so let's go back to what we was talking about. And most of the people that is on this call, most of the people that's in this room, they're gonna agree with this. We were all taught from childhood, go to school, like we just talked about, go to college, get a good job, and work for a good company, and that would equal our dream life. And the truth of the matter is, that never worked. That worked in 1942. It's 2022. You see what I'm saying? And when Matt, we were on a meeting the other day, we talked about we only 3 generations from slavery.
Yeah.
So the reason why financial literacy is not prevalent in our community is because, first and foremost, our parents wasn't taught it and their parents wasn't taught it, right? The second reason is that 98% of this world's wealth is frozen in other cultures and not in our culture.
Right.
So it's frozen because it's not able to be passed down, because our ancestors didn't know what to do and where to put the money, and how do you transfer wealth from one generation to the next? You do it through things that's equity, which is owning a business, through stocks, bonds, mutual funds, through life insurance policies.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Through businesses that you own and create and control. These are ways, through precious metal, these are ways to transfer wealth legally from one generation to the next, but our people don't know that. So they tell us to go to school, go to college, get a good job, and hopefully you'll work for your dream and you'll work for your dream life. But the truth of the matter is, all that does is it produces employees. That's all that does. All that does is produces people to work for other people. It produces people to work for the 2%. It produces 98% of the population to work for the 2%. And so what that means, if you are, let's break it down, how we make money in this nation. Let's talk about that, right? So majority of the people, like we talked about, are taught that same method of thinking, to go and get a good job, which produces an employee. Okay, so the employee has a job and the income is based on position, not that necessarily their value as a person. We all have to work it because we all are told the same thing. And income is fixed because, let's be honest, we can only work so hard. We only got so much energy. We only got so much time. And if you work for a job, they most likely gonna give you 8 hours. I just now found out what overtime was. I didn't know what it was, because me growing up, even though I worked jobs, I transitioned around 16, 17 to being an entrepreneur, not even knowing what it was. I just knew I couldn't work for someone else. And so what like I said, is I transitioned to being self-employed when we were on the doors. What you guys are doing now, what we do, we work for ourselves, so we own the job. But think of a real estate agent, think of a barber, think of a hairstylist, who else? Energy brokers, anybody that work for them, tax preparers, anybody that work for themselves, their income is derived directly from them being personally involved. Now that's a good thing, because that means that the hustle, the harder you hustle, the more money you make, right? But what about them times that you don't, what about them times when, you know what I'm saying, you tired?
Making no money.
You don't went hard 50 hours this week and you know what, I don't feel like working today. You know, I want to go take a vacation.
Right.
You know, I want to go to the movies. That time that I'm going to the movies, I'm taking a vacation, I ain't making no money.
Right.
So it leaves you like, dang, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't got 24 hours. They tell me I got 24 hours, right?
Really don't.
But I really got 16 to 18 because I'm sleep 6 to 8 of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm getting hyped. I'm getting excited because we finna teach y'all how to transition from this trap that we caught in when being an employee or self-employed, and how we transition into being a business owner and have our money working to us like an investor.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And so this side over here on the left side, it has very limited control of time and money. Lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because we only got so much energy, we only got so much time, and we can only work so hard. So how do we really now level up? And I think Mac and I was talking about this when we was on the call the other day. Think about McDonald's. McDonald's, if you go to McDonald's right now, they got people that may not speak the same language as you, right? They got people that's maybe younger than you or older. But if you go to McDonald's right now in Arkansas, we in Texas, if I go to right down the street to McDonald's to get a Big Mac, it's gonna taste the same as if I was in Arkansas. If I go to Paris, France right now, and get a Big Mac in Paris, France, it's gonna taste the same as if I was in Arkansas in Texas. Am I right, Matt?
Right. You're right.
Why is that though? Why is that? It's because of the system. It's because of the system. The CEO of McDonald's is not flipping one burger and not turning over one fries. But he still serves billions of people. Yet he still continues to sell billions of burgers. And he over in Florida working on his golf swing. But he's still turning in a profit of billions of dollars because he has a system. The system is already made. If you want to get a franchise right now, you ain't got to think about how do I work McDonald's. Yeah. You go to McDonald's University. I didn't even know they had a university, but you go to McDonald's University. You plug into the system that's already created, and guess what? All you got to do is plug the people into the system, and guess what? Now you operate McDonald's and put yourself in the same position as the owner of McDonald's. It's the system that allows the duplication of the self, of the income. So what we got to do as one EME, YBE, what we got to do is figure out how do we duplicate what it is that we are doing to where other people can plug into, take the thinking out of, they just plug their self into it. And how do we create a profit for them and create a profit for ourselves? That's the question. You see what I'm saying? Because what we do with that money is we now put that money into vehicles, because mutual funds is definitely a great place, but that's long-term money. Okay. We got to figure out what else can we put it into to get right now bread, but also long-term bread. Mutual funds is a process.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if we get enough revenue, we can invest in other businesses and get equity in their businesses. Mm-hmm. Give them the Shark Tank. What do you think Shark Tank is? All Shark Tank is, they got the money. They looking for ideas that make sense. They put it in, get a percentage of their business, of their system. And guess who doing the work?
We are. Yeah.
So what we do, this is all YB does. Yeah, we are energy brokers, but we've transitioned into being full-time financial advisors. What we do is you make money however you make money. We have a system that people can plug into. It's very duplicatable. All it's doing is educate people on how finances work. But the basic thing that we do is we set up basic financial plans, and it comes with 2 products. It comes with insurance and an investment account. Why these products, you ask, is because at the end of the day, everybody in this room is a breadwinner somehow. So if you take care of your family in some way, shape, or form, they rely on your income to come into that house, and y'all have bills together. So the insurance, yet people don't have the right conception about life insurance, because guess what? At the end of the day, you are the money machine for your family. So if something happens to you, the family that you left behind will have to figure out how to bridge that gap of the financials, of the finances that was coming in. There's no longer coming in. If you bringing in 100 grand a year, that's what, 100 grand a year? That's probably about 10 grand a month. If you bringing in $8,000 to $10,000 a month, and your family, that was the only income that your family was living on, and that's no longer coming in, the family that you left behind, they would have to recover. So what life insurance does is it automatically creates wealth for that family.
Yep.
Automatically. Where else can you go and your family can get a check of $200,000 or more in one sitting if you pass?
Yeah.
So as kings, we have to put these things in place, because if we don't, then we leave uncertainty and we leave imbalance with our family. It's not there. Investments is to protect you for later. We do make it, let's say you do make it to retirement. Let's say you do make it to 65. Nothing happened to you. Let's say you do make it to 65. You don't need life insurance no more.
Right.
What you need is money.
Right.
Your kids older, your house paid off, your debt's paid off. So now what you need is income coming in. So what we do is we sit down, we teach families how money works, all the basic stuff that they should have taught us in school, but they're not going to teach us in school because they want us to work for them.
Right.
It's that simple. Like they're not going to teach it in school.
It's against their game plan. It's against the status quo. Yeah, the system, like you talked
Say it
about.
again?
I think because it's against the system, teaching us how to operate. It's only, like you said, it's only meant for 2% and the 98 to work it. The 98 is meant to be, I'm gonna speak clearly. The 98 is meant to be legal slaves, and the 2% is to be the masters, basically.
Right.
And
Right.
they want the system to continue like a machine. They want it to continue to go until people like you, until people like us step in the plane and say, Jack, it ain't happening no more.
Because what's more, let me ask you this, what's more precious, time or money?
Time, because you never get time back.
But what do they want?
Money.
No, they want time.
Oh, they want time.
They want time.
They want your time. You're right.
They want their time, but they will pay you to give you their time.
Mm.
Right.
They will pay you a salary to use your time so they can get more time.
So they can be free.
So they can be free.
Mm.
That's it for me right there, man. I'm hyped right now.
So let me give y'all an example real quick. Go ahead, Matt.
No, I was like, I love hearing dude try to do the genius, man. I can listen to dude in my sleep, man. The dude forehead, and I can listen to dude talk.
So I want to give y'all an example of how me coming from the hood and transitioning into this information, because I was just telling him today, when you spiritually connected to, because who we are as people, especially melanated people. So when you ready, when you're in alignment with the right people, your information will come to you. So those who thirst and seek for righteousness, they should find. Those who seek information is going to naturally come to you when it's time. So what I understood about what this did for us is that if something were to happen to me prematurely, because I know that Mama Glow don't have this information. I know that my little brother Mario don't have this information. I know that my nephew lost his mama, Cazetta, rest her soul. She passed away. You see what I'm saying? And they wasn't prepared to leave them nothing. So what this information allowed me to do, YBE and the businesses and the financial, everything I'm building right now, if I were to pass away prematurely, they're going to inherit $250,000, $500,000. Right now, my little nieces, my little Ebony, they kids already, because of what I know, they better be wealthy when I pass away, because of the understanding that I have. Like, it ain't for me, it's for my people. So I got to go back and save my people, but the only way I can do this is pass down. If I pass away, my husband inherited $500,000. If he passed away, I inherited $500,000. Lord forbid that happens, but being able to educate our Black community on that. And you're starting young. If we teach an 8 to 20-year-old to save, y'all want to work, go work, but take $200 a month and put it away. So by the time they in our 40s, 50s, they'll be done had $250,000, $500,000, $1 million, $2.5 million. That first 10,000, all y'all done had racks. I just think that we done counted some money. I know for sure back in Turtle, back in the day, if somebody would have been in the hood, which is a position that we about to link up and allow you, but you're about to be able to do, and showed you when you made that first $10,000, come here, little Turtle. Let me show you how to put this in the mutual fund. So right now, how old are you? How old are you, Turtle?
42.
By the time when you was hustling back at 15, 16, at 42, you'll be a multimillionaire. Somebody would have financially advised you what to do with your money. And this is the opportunity we have now, is to come together as people. We the Neos of the Matrix to come together now to share what we learned to give to y'all, so you can add it to your platform. And that way now you can bring value to the youth like you want to. And then it creates, that's how you're going to build the wealth and pass it down through information. So now you're really doing your job for what you need to do. But I just know that I set my family up, because it doesn't make no sense. For my grandmother died, she had that insurance that where somebody borrowed from it. And at 19, the family was scraping and scrambling to put it in the ground because they didn't have the information what to do. And then they didn't leave us nothing. Now we all stuck struggling, working. And my little niece and nephews, Mario, Lord forbid, he's not going to end up having to go through the prison system. He's not going to end up having to work and slave, and he's going to have land. He's going to have houses, resources. He's going to have the education. I'm going to have a will in place. So it say, in order to get this money, when you turn such and such age, you got to go through a financial education course. So now we're giving it to y'all and working with y'all, so y'all can also do it for your family, but the people that you love, that you know you're going to leave behind, because we all going to exit one day. We're all going to transition. So it's a need for the education. It's just the people coming together and making it to where it makes sense, because everybody have a whatever belief system about it. But I mean, I'm open. That's it pretty much. But we passionate about it. I love what y'all doing. So I understand how what we have could add value to what y'all are doing. So
Vice versa too, because we provide a platform that y'all can use. So we got none of that. We love it on each other to make our families and our community a better place. And that's why we gotta salute y'all. Double salute, genius.
We do have go ahead.
We trying to bring, teach our community this, you know what I'm saying, like about finances and just stuff they don't know, you know what I'm saying, because they don't know how hard this stuff really is, even to get where we need to be. Like education, like work, putting in the work, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all had to do a lot of reading. Y'all had to get in your mind to work out or do things to make you better, you know what I'm saying? Because man, you know how we was back then, man. We ain't doing nothing, you know what I'm saying? We was all the way in these streets, you know what I'm saying? We got our money, like dude said, we got our money how we got it, you know, but this what make it so beautiful, like really the way we came. And the change to see you got your suit on now, to see you got your business, you know what I'm saying? To see us got, our prayer got our business, you know what I'm saying? We would have been, I'm telling you, like, this changes. So that's why we telling people, like, man, get out here and try to, get your own business or find your own hobby, man, and find something else to do, man, because it probably save your life, you know what I'm saying? Because it give us something to wake up for. Man, I be wanting, I crashed out, then I thought about this. I thought about, man, I started thinking about business, man. They got fun to me. I was like, man, no way I'm gonna crash out and leave this right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I want to do
baby. It's your baby.
I don't want to leave this earth and not my kids don't have insurance and I, don't need nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's not it. You know what I'm saying? So, I just think this a beautiful thing, man. We got to get this more in these communities. And what EME and what we doing, we about to go in our ward and open up classes. We about to buy some land and get some builders over there and start opening up a motivational speaker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You put me on there. I like you. You was my first motivational speaker. You know what I'm saying? You was like, I want to be a motivational speaker. I was like, I think I can do that. I was telling you I can't do it. I like, man, I can't do talking and all that, but look at her. Look at her now. I'm you know what I'm saying? People acknowledging me. You know what I'm saying? And like acknowledging the work we putting in, and yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man. So I just think, man, y'all keep working. And it's a beautiful thing y'all doing it as a couple. You know what I'm saying?
Black love.
That's power. You know what I'm saying? That's what I see. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what it's all about for real. This is what we was put here for. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Family. You know what I'm saying?
Unity.
Put on our back. And if we ain't in that position to take care of our family, we gonna crumble. So we start putting our men and building our boys up so they can be men and hold their foundation like men, and we truly are. And our women to put their baskets back on their head and they can walk a mile with it on top of them. You know what I'm saying? And not even budge. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna be all right, man. We just gotta, keep working, man. Put in the work and do what we gotta do to make it out here, man. So yeah,
y'all are inspiration. Y'all big inspiration, man. Yeah. Y'all rep us very, very well. You rep us, but you rep us Casper by yourself. And we represent y'all. We want to live by BE that y'all have right here in Arkansas.
Yeah.
So we feel like it's a partnership. Yeah. It's not nobody. We working together to build a community and build their financial literacy to be on point. We have to make sure that we understand money, like Casper was saying. We got to understand money. It's not about making it, it's about what we do after. And that's the problem that we have. So once we eliminate that problem, you guys are the solution. Y'all are the solution to get our minds right. That's why I be telling you, first of all, get your mind right. Second of all, get your mind right again. Like you got to get your mind right twice sometimes, because the first idea, it kind of didn't resonate, but the second one, you bounce back, you get your mind right the second time, and sky's the limit. Success is the only option. Like to me, that's the only option right now. And making sure our families are straight.
I'm gonna tell you something too. The especially the direction we going. A lot, people, and they look at it like, oh, she looked blessed, or not. It's just me. People that look successful, appear to be successful, or have some level of success. It's a big secret to that too. I do a lot of fasting and praying behind the scenes. I sacrifice shopping. Sometimes we sacrifice, we grown folks, we sacrifice, we married, we sacrifice sex just because we want to make sure that even though we, in God's eyes, it's, what it is, but it's being able to let go of the flesh, let go of that meat. Stop eating that meat. But I'm saying this as if you're trying to build and create something, you got to be able to sacrifice, because if you don't, I'm gonna tell you how I manifest so fast. 30 days, I'm gonna sacrifice whatever we sacrifice. In the next 30 days, I'm about to get a deposit. I'm about to get some good news, and it's an art to it. So when you're in a business or your business, somebody gonna come along and help you learn something you didn't know. You're gonna get around the people that's making millions. They're gonna show you something. So you're manifesting, you're sacrificing so that your business so that you can get the means to what you need to do what you do. So he do the same thing, but he's already the brains of the operation. I'm the energy, the people, but I am very spiritually in tune. So when people see me, they like, Keita, I may look or whatever, but I do the work behind the scenes. Like I started January 1st, we brought in a new year. We weren't drinking. We weren't doing nothing. We was at the house. We said, we're not finna eat nothing or nothing. We just finna come in with the new year, like doing the right things, so. But that's a big key to building a business and stuff too, man. And being in tune, you got to sacrifice to some of this worldly stuff, even if sometimes it's social media if you ain't using it for work or whatever.
I find out there was two things that I have to do, and I'm getting better at to become more successful. It's what you said: sacrifice and discipline. Sacrifice. knowing when not to do something, or knowing
Oh,
when
yeah.
to stop doing something, or knowing when to say, oh, I've outgrown that, or that person, or those people.
Oh, yeah.
And not being disrespectful, but as you get more successful, you outgrow people.
You going, oh, yeah.
And leveling up is nothing wrong with that. You're not a hater. You're not thinking you better. You're not having no ego. It's just God wants me to do better. So I have to eliminate the things that hinder me or stop me from doing better, no matter.
Yeah, and you gotta understand that ain't gonna stop people from thinking that. Oh, you think you're all that, you think you're better. That people gonna think that regardless, especially when you transition into your next phase. But that's just a part of it that you gotta thick skin. Like, hey, I'm going, y'all, what y'all coming together doing, because of you have a past, people want to tie you to your past.
Right.
So they're not gonna believe in your future. But I believe in it because I used to sit, I know y'all personally. I grew up since 15, 16, running around, I know y'all. But just to see y'all doing this, I'm more of a positive, optimistic person. So I understand that they trying to be better. So it's okay that y'all have made mistakes, this and the other. So what? I did too, plenty of them. But I'm doing this now. You see what I'm saying? And then you put your foot down and like, this what y'all do. This what y'all gonna do. Y'all gonna be the people. You got the platform, run it.
Run it.
Man, woo woo. But you know, that's just pretty much it though. As far as I can see us coming, taking trips, coming to holler at y'all, man, and we can get on Zooms. And I know that he love, that's one thing he love to do, teach. He love to teach and educate. He always on doing something. He also, he's in the stock market. He be trading that oil and gas, whatever you be doing, Great British Pound. So he be doing that type of stuff too. Yeah. So
hey, that's awesome. I'm not calling you no more.
I hate it. Not talking to you no more, Keita. Not talking to you. Yeah. But y'all got some more questions?
Programs together, and you know, we're gonna link up and do our stuff because, you know, like I said, we put a couple of programs together in our community and get them out there and get this information to our people. Oh,
you were talking about that, like getting them to where they can put together some type of what is it, like a package or something where they can be able to
yeah, that's on a whole nother
okay.
That's a lot of intricate steps. It's simple, but it's not simple.
We're gonna learn from Casper because we're trying to
create a course.
Yes,
y'all gonna create a course. Yeah,
that's what we need to do.
Yeah,
he
know how to show you how to do that.
Yeah. Gotta have curriculum.
Yeah, we gotta have curriculum. All of that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, that's what we're doing. We're working on.
What other questions y'all have though? You know,
Casper, do you trade gold and silver? What do you got to say about the gold and the precious metal market?
Oh man. Now you done got into my second passion.
I know. Gold on the cool.
I mean, the easiest thing that you should be focusing on when it comes to the financial markets is the value of the dollar. You see what I'm saying? Because the value of the dollar is going to determine how much gold and silver you can buy. So for instance, if the value of the dollar is increasing, then you got to understand from an investor's perspective, I'm trying to put my money to where not only is it safe, but where it can grow. So investors are going to, if the value of the dollar, which is tied to the value of the United States economy, is decreasing, then most people is going to move their money from dollars and they're going to put it into precious metals like gold and silver. So to answer your question, when I looked at it today, it looked like the value of the dollar was falling. So if what I'm saying is true, the value of gold and silver should be increasing.
I was just gonna say it's increasing. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and vice versa. And so to make it easy to pay attention, because you got to think about it, it's a lot of countries, and each country got their own individual currency. You see what I'm saying? And then so in the United States, just here we got each business that's publicly traded got its own stock. So, but all of it that determines everything is the dollar. And I'm gonna give y'all a free thing. All y'all gotta do to look at the value of the dollar is go on tradingview.com, search DXY, look at the chart. All you gotta do to determine the value of the dollar. Let's answer your question.
You like Jesus of money.
How do
You
people
know how to
contact
talk about
y'all?
money.
That helped me. That helped me.
Say it again.
What?
Like, how do y'all got like a contact? Like,
Oh,
how do
yeah.
people-
Information.
Yeah.
web- all
Yeah.
of that.
So I'm glad y'all asked that. So just for y'all, allowing us to share some information with y'all, being good people and just good spirits, what we want to do for all the people that do watch and that do attend and do want more information of how to, get a plan set up. This plan is free, it's complimentary, it's customized, and it's confidential. And then, so what we want to do is we want to send everybody what's called a How Money Works book. It's going to be a PDF.
Yeah, we're gonna make sure y'all get yours.
And all you got to do is text info to 512-537-5284. 512-537-5284. So all you got to do is text that number, text info to that number. So they'll let us, and with your name, so they'll let us know who to send this book to. It's going to be a PDF version, so you can put it on your phone, your tablets and stuff like that. And then we'll just set up a time that we can actually get together and set up a plan for you. So because most people think that it's expensive, and something like this would be expensive going through anybody else. I'm talking about thousands of dollars, but if you deal with us and come directly to us, then we doing it complimentary. Now it's up to them, it's up to you to implement what we suggest.
Yeah.
But we not finna force nothing. We not finna,
Yeah.
we ain't into that business. We in the business of helping.
So what it is that it's a complimentary financial needs analysis, which we had done on ourselves. So our freedom number, it shows you your freedom number, how much money you need to save and put up to get to $1.2 million. So at our age, because we're getting older, I'm almost 40, we got to save about $500,000, $600,000, $2,000 a month to hit 1.2 million by the time we a certain age of retirement. But what it does is show you your debt to income ratio. It showed me how I was overspending $3,000 a month just on hair, clothes, nail, frivolous spending, where he was telling me, because but I wasn't listening. I'm like, I don't want to make my own money. I'm hot-headed like Glow. Y'all already know. And I don't want to hear that. So he just let me pretty much see, like, okay, then I came back and tell him, I'll give y'all a quick little story. So he was telling me, like, okay, hey, let's put all our money together. We make a lot of money, especially with door to door. So it could be 1 week I may make 35, he may make 5,000 or 7,000, 6,000, whatever. And he said, well, let's put all our money together. So I was like, no, man, I don't want to put my money together. I don't know. I want my money. I want to do what I want to do. He was like, all right, cool. Then the next couple of weeks went by, next month. I'm like, why he always got more money than me? Because he don't spend money like that. Look, so I had to humble myself and go back and be like, well, okay, man, I'm gonna do what you said. I'm gonna listen to you now, because I only got, so when I gotta go ask them for money, then I'm gonna hear the lecture. So to keep from doing that, I started to listen about what to do with my money, because y'all don't have to spend a lot on hair maintenance and stuff like that. So y'all don't have to spend a lot, really. But I was just I like them clothes. I be shopping, I ain't got no kids. I'm running around doing everything, hookah, loud, drinking, kicking it, eating at the restaurants. And I understood what I was doing wrong. I'm just spending, just frivolously, just dumb,
Getting it and giving it back.
Getting it and giving it back. And then with that financial needs analysis, I'm overspending $3,000 a month. He was laughing. I'm like, dang. But it showed me, like, okay, if you don't got a lot of debt, what you could be doing with your money, pay yourself first. Get your money, whatever you make, put your 10, 20% up out your money before you know it. By the end of the year, you'll have 15, 10,000, 5,000 saved up easy. But it's hard to do those things if you don't have nobody like guiding you. It's like a financial GPS. So I needed the financial guidance because I was hot-headed, wouldn't want to listen. So now I'm like, okay, now when I look at my little emergency funds and my mutual, I like, oh, got some racks in there to where I would have never had that money if I wouldn't have got this financial game plan set up.
Giving it the fashion note.
Shut up. But that's what the FNA does. And then what we want to do is get with y'all like all together. I know the other day we had Mac, but on a one-on-one and kind of slowly show y'all so you can see the value of what we're doing for families. That way, when you start to implement it and how y'all start to do it, then you will know right offhand what to what to say, how to say it, how to get the people set up, and how to start educating them on what they need to do to get themselves to financial freedom. Because it's all as simple like a GPS. It's just somebody got to show you.
Because the thing is, empowerment is giving somebody the tools.
Yeah.
Motivation is just giving them the energy to go do something.
Yeah.
So if y'all trying to power your environment, y'all got to get the tools yourselves,
Yeah,
and then give it to
them.
somebody.
Yeah.
So y'all know what works and what don't work.
Yeah.
You know that to cut this steak, I need me a steak knife, not no butter knife. You know what I'm saying?
We really appreciate. Did y'all give us y'all handles? Did y'all give us y'all social media?
Oh yeah, I emailed them. I got I emailed I texted to you, I thought, but it's at CEO Keita.
We good.
And then
You got it out.
Man.
got it.
Man, we love y'all, man. We appreciate
Man,
you.
Keita G, man, you don't know what this means, man. Thanks for coming.
Man, you a legend. You a money legend. You a money.
I am a product of my environment. You hear me?
Man, I'm be hollering about that precious metal and all that. And
Yeah.
don't you know the euro is kind of higher than the dollar? Because when I was in Paris, I realized that the money exchange is so much different.
Yeah.
And
The exchange
euro,
rate.
The euro strong as hell.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
up?
but understand with the euro, it's in a pair, so it's paired against the dollar.
Right.
So it's the same analogy I gave you with gold and oil. I mean, with gold and silver, it's the same analogy with the euro and the US dollar. The euro go first, EUR, and the US dollar, USD. And so you can look at that. And then when you'll see when the dollar is falling, the euro is gonna rise and vice versa. So they'll help you knowing when to exchange and when you'll get more money for that dollar, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that euro, hey man, I'm excited, man.
No more phone calls. No more phone calls, Peter. Straight
Okay.
to-
Okay. I mean, y'all can have his number, whatever, you know.
Hey, y'all recognize CME. We're here every Tuesday night showing y'all and giving y'all great knowledge, exciting guests, and just keeping it popping. So we're gonna let Caleb release us with a prayer, and that's how we're gonna end this show today. King.
If you can, can you bow your heads, a moment of silence for a word of prayer. First and foremost, Father God, I want to thank you for another day you allowed us to see. Thank you for a fresh year, a fresh start, new beginnings. Thank you for shutting doors that need to be shut and opening doors that need to be open. Thank you for this information that was podcast on today. I pray that it touch the ears of the hearers and that they do what they need to do to get themselves out of debt, to be great, because we all was created for greatness. God, I thank you for this new path that we all are on. I thank you that we are above and not beneath. God, we give you honor, we give you praise for everything you have done for us. It's in your most holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Man.
Woo.
Whoa, whoa.
CME is sexy. Man, his rhyme is Lexi.